every Thursday night starting February 15th at Cooper's Pub, we are doing an open mic. The Kokomo Press is doing an open mic at Cooper's Pub in the downstairs comedy den. It's going to be awesome. It's going to start at 8 p.m. on Thursdays, February 15th, and we're going to be doing open mic with 10 to 15 spots for each comedian at 5 minutes a spot. Do not hesitate to sign up. Sign-ups will be at 7:30 physically down there in the bar, or if you want to, you can sign up early. All you have to do is message our page at the Kokomo Press. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have drinks and we're going to have food specials, and it's all a part of Cooper's Pub. You just go straight in, and instead of making a right, you make a left, you go downstairs, you make a left, and you're right down there in the comedy den. Myself and Brian Allen West are excited to see you, and we'll also have friends that you may know, like Jordan Bell, a.k.a. Hypocrisy Jones, Sean Dalrymple, a local comedian we love, and even Courtney Richardson. You're going to see us all out there. We're going to be having a blast. And again, it starts February 15th, but after that, it's every Thursday at 8 p.m. in the comedy den downstairs at Cooper's Pub. Hope to see you there.
Step into the ring, it's Monday Night Fire. My rhymes burn hotter than a funeral pyre. I'm the heavyweight champ, you can call me sire. Reviewing raw like a southern rap messiah. Crossing over lines like I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. Flipping opponents like I'm Randy Orton. Dirty South flow, my words they be caustic. Every verse I drop got them head nodding. Spit lyrical punches like a ruthless fighter. Got the crowd hype, I'm the crowd igniter. Breaking down the raw matches, no denier. Dirty style rap, I'm the Monday night supplier.
What's up, everybody? Window Liquors, Household, Grun's friends, my friends, your friends, everybody's friends here on a Monday Night Raw review show. And you know I don't do it alone. I bring my blue-eyed villain, my best buddy in the world, my counterpartner to the evilness that I create. He is the Grunmeister. He is a friend of mine. He is a friend of yours. So let's get the party started. Grunmeister, how are you doing?
I am good. Good. Thank you, Josh. We had a awesome weekend. Guys, ignore the Twitch notifications. I did not take time to change that.
Yeah, get over it.
Okay, ignore it.
Grun's friends are already in the chat.
Yep.
They're already starting the chaos. And we're here for a Monday night Raw review. But Grun, it was a SummerSlam PLE.
Yeah, it was.
That kind of changes things up here on the Raw review. We talk about a little more of the fallout, especially a PLE of that caliber. Am I wrong, Grun?
No, you are not.
That's what I thought. Grun. You know, we're working on levels that most people, you all desire to be on the levels me and Grun are. But you'll get there. Just keep tuning in. That's all we need you to do. And we need you to go out there and give our podcast. The audio one we do on Spotify, Apple, I believe Speaker. I believe that's another one that they posted on. We have Annie O'Neill. Speaking of people that we do shows with, she was first on her very first Sunday house party, Grun.
Yes.
It was actually really, really good. I really enjoyed this one. Annie really brought a whole new perspective and a whole new angle to a lot of things that we talked about. But of course, if you really want to know what Annie and House think about Monday Night Raw, you can catch them on Wednesdays where they do the Raw. What's it? The Raw deal with
the
House
Raw deal
O'Neill?
with House and O'Neill.
Yes, that's an exciting one. Go check them out. They're doing great work. There's been a lot of great talk coming off of that show. Definitely something I advise everybody who likes this to go check out. We also have the ECW watch-alongs. Those have been going great. Grun's Room, Friday night SmackDown. We love it. Grun, you've been doing a really great job on that show.
Thank you.
Really setting people up for SmackDown, just like we do here. Speaking of the leader himself, it is House. House is in the house, everybody. So you should be excited because House is here. We're here. Grun's here. Annie's here. There's so many people here. We got Grun's people. They're in here. Sirum. How do you say the other's name?
Serum and Maydew.
Serum and Maydew. I apologize. You have very cryptic names. I don't know if we're ever going to be, abducted by these people that you bring in here, Grun, but we welcome it all the same.
They may be British, but they're not capable of that yet.
Oh, Grun's throwing some shade across the pond, but it's an ocean, so it's really bigger than a pond. But Grun, we did get some advice from some of your people out there.
We did,
and they said, we should talk a little more different subjects at the beginning. Well, we said the beginning, to bring a little more fan base to the show. So I thought, Grun, we got so many fun things that me and you talk about outside of wrestling and things like that I made us a little stinger and things for it. So let's kick this new tradition off. So the first couple minutes, we're just going to talk some things we like.
The voice ain't Grun talking about things. Grun likes video games, yelling out their Call of Duty players. Grun likes music. The voice likes weird stuff. We think he has a laboratory hidden in his basement. They get together and talk about things you might like. It's a Monday night and you're sitting in your house. You'll come and laugh with us and have a time. It's IYS till our final days. Let's get weird.
So yes, like the song said, let's get weird. So Grun,
yes.
any new video games, any new things? Because this new song says you like video games, you like music, and apparently I have a laboratory. So Grun, what's going on in your world outside of wrestling?
Well, in the world of video games, we got Black Ops 6 coming out in October. COD Next is only in a couple weeks. Some gameplay footage of multiplayer for Black Ops 6 has been leaked. I've only heard opinions from one person. I haven't seen it myself, and they weren't quite sure how they felt about it. So, like, you've also had people for the last 6 months or so saying this Black Ops, this Call of Duty game needs to be the best ever, and otherwise COD's gonna die, is basically their message. And it's like, okay, a game that has been around for over 20 years is going to die because of one bad game. They've had several bad games now. Okay, so it's like, if those ones didn't kill it, at this point it's not dying, because they've tried. People have tried COD killers. They've tried Halo killers too. Halo's still around.
Yeah, very, very true.
Call of Duty just has the perfect formula. Okay, and so it's like, do I think Call of Duty is the best it's ever been? No, I don't. But at the same time, I recognize they're doing first-person shooters better than anyone.
Yeah, I would agree. Because I remember a few years ago, well, it was probably about 10 years, maybe 12, when Far Cry, I believe it was 3, when it came out, and it's multi team deathmatch and things like that. That was a lot of fun. And I remember being on a lot of those streams and people being like, this is what's going to take over Call of Duty. And the whole time I'm just sitting there going, no, bro, it's not. This is fun, but it's not going to take over Call of Duty. They have another trick up their sleeve.
No. Like, if you're going to compete with Call of Duty, the first thing you have to do is just focus on making a solid game, a game that people enjoy. There have been a handful of games. A couple 3-4 years ago, Valorant came out, and I think it's pretty good. It's been able to keep and maintain a decent player base. Apex Legends came out a little bit before that, and they've been able to maintain. Fortnite's been able to maintain, but
True.
they're not killing COD.
No.
They're okay. Are have COD players left COD altogether and gone to Apex? Yeah, they have. I know a few, and they do really well in Apex, but they don't stay away from COD forever. They come back once in a while to remind themselves of how painful it was.
Yeah, it is painful. I just recently downloaded the whatever was free on Game Pass for Call of Duty, and I got my character up to 20 now. I've played it for
Okay,
2 nights. Okay, probably
all
about a
right,
total of 7 hours. But
okay,
I have been called some horrible stuff by 12-year-olds. And,
yeah,
to me, I just laugh because, I mean, I'm an adult. You
yeah.
know, I can have a cookie now. Can you? No, you got to ask your mom. Oh, she's got you on the sugar watch. Oh, poor you. No, screw that. I
Yeah.
have fun with these kids too, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it is an aggressive world. And if you think that you're gonna just jump onto Call of Duty and advance, get a get in life, kid, because
The-
you're not. I watch Grun a lot of the time, so I kind of know a little of the maps just
yeah.
through watching you. But other than that, like, if it's a new map I haven't seen, oh, I'm dead 12,
Yeah.
15, 20 times. But yeah, I enjoy it. I'm looking forward to actually playing it later tonight.
Nice.
Um, yes, it is crazy, Annie.
Yeah.
I am not. I mean, I am a fan of it because I'm usually under the influence of something, and then I just laugh and giggle. But I've been playing Mafia 3, a little throwback
Okay.
game. Um, this is a fun game. People, if you're out there and you liked any of the Mafia games, this one's a little different. It's more of a taking over the Mafia, taking down the Mafia. And it's set after I believe the Vietnam War. And the main character he's come back to his hometown, and a lot of things has changed, and the people he thought he could trust kind of turn on him. Well, that's the whole beginning of it. And then it's an open world. It reminds me so much of like Grand Theft Auto, but the shooting is very, to me, like old school Call of Duty. I
Mhm.
I can focus, like quick trigger focus, all that stuff in the game, and the gameplay has been fun. A lot of there's a lot of racial tension in it. There's quite a bit.
Well,
Matter of fact, one of the first major stories of it, I ended up you hang this dude, and it's a white dude, and you say some pretty vulgar stuff after you do it, but it's a fun game. Like
yeah.
it's really a good game, and I think that if you passed on it in the day, definitely go and check it out because it's been a lot of fun.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. It just in case people are wondering, well, what time? Yes, does take place. I played the game a little bit. 60s, 70s
Yeah.
in that time frame. New Orleans, I believe, is the
Yes.
city it's modeled after.
Yes, it is, and you work with the CIA. It's really crazy. I would
It is.
suggest if you're into those types of games to go and check it out. Um, Grun, any did you go and watch the Deadpool Wolverine movie?
I have not seen that one yet.
Okay.
I have been very hesitant about seeing it because I don't trust Disney anymore.
Okay, I hear you loud and clear, and that will be a subject that we can get into on a different show. We
Yes.
could start up and just start talking. Uh, well, my one of my daughters, she went and she watched it. Uh, and so, my brother-in-law, he was like, "Oh, I heard it has a horrible things in it. Uh, it's very sexual and stuff." And I was like, "No, it's not."
So
And
it's Deadpool?
huh?
So it's Deadpool.
Kinda. I mean, he made sexual jokes, but they were saying like, Deadpool's gonna be wearing an extra gimp suit, and he's gonna be coming out and just railing chicks. And it's like, wait, no, that's not what it is. So, anyways, she got past that. She was like, no, that was absolutely not happening in the movie. She's like, they said a lot of like uh, she called it homophobic jokes. She's like,
Yeah.
but it was just funny. Like it wasn't like she said that she couldn't find like how they were trying to be mean. It was just more humorous type things. So she said she liked it though, and I can never get her to watch any type of any type of movie. And apparently Annie has seen it and she enjoyed it. So
I will say I've heard that it's very good, and this was a movie that Disney pretty much let Ryan Reynolds, let Hugh Jackman, let the people that were trusted to make this movie good. Disney told them we're going to be hands off. Is my understanding
sweet.
of the basic message. And
Well, go ahead.
can you just do that? Can you just like all movie producers? Can you just do that?
Can you just do that?
Just hire somebody that knows what they're doing, knows what story is supposed to be told, and figure out how to tell it right.
Hey, I agree with you.
That's it.
I agree with you.
I just want good movies.
And Annie, I may ask, does it give old Wolverine vibes, like X-Men 1 Wolverine vibes? Because after X-Men 2, they destroyed Wolverine. I did not like the adaptation of Wolverine after X-Men. I did not like any of that. He was my favorite character as a kid. I mean, I know a lot of people say that. But yeah, I enjoy, he was the reason I got into comics and then found like Lady Death and stuff like that. And then really got into comics. But yeah, so Annie's saying that it's good. Go check it out. So far we trust her judgment. So
yeah,
go check it out. Go check it out. So Grun.
Yes.
I think that brings us to where we need to be today. And that's talking all about it. Okay, well, hold on. Give us 1 second. Annie's chiming in. Without giving spoilers, a lot of those things. Okay. You'll be surprised. Okay. All right. We're gonna take her judgment.
Definitely gotta be careful out there, ladies and gentlemen, because a lot of people spoiling things is the reason they get out of bed.
Yes.
Okay. So be careful on the internet.
Speaking of spoiling things,
yeah,
the reason they get out of bed. Hey, Doc Fox, you showed up a little late to the advice we took from you, but we are here. We are ready to talk the fallout of SummerSlam, a little bit of Raw, and what's to come. Grunmeister, my friend.
Yes.
We had a good time last week getting yours started. It started a lot of conversation. So I would like to start again. I didn't make a flyer for this one. I thought maybe we could.
That's okay. We don't need a flyer.
Oh yeah, we don't. Grun's got it. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You know you love it. It's pure Grun, and it is pure Wyatt 6. And let's talk about it. Where are we at, Grun? We know we didn't get a SummerSlam thing.
No.
We were kind of, wishing and hoping for that. We really didn't think that it was going to happen. But where are we? Excuse me. Where are we with the Wyatt 6?
Well, they're still feuding with Chad Gable and the Creed brothers, but as of last week, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 of the 5 members have removed their masks.
Very true.
I thought it was only going to be like maybe Gacy and Loomis. By the way, Loomis, it is reported that his new look is inspired by a look Rob Zombie used to rock.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God. That's actually like, I don't care that it has nothing to do with the Wyatt 6. Like, that's cool because Rob Zombie's notorious for horror, for being into horror stuff with his music and movies. Like,
oh, very true. And he used to do a haunted house down at Universal Studios every October. I don't know if he still does it. It was during his Devil Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpse era.
God. Wow.
Which are some of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, they are gruesome and they are disturbing, but if you can get past that, the story is superb. Okay, sorry, Grun, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all right. No, I mean, like, but like this is what's great about what was great about pro wrestling once upon a time is that movies, music, everything was intertwined, and it was coming together so awesome. Like the Wyatt Six is a very cinematic group, and they're not doing anything supernatural hokey. They're using dry ice, sure, but it's like the effect, the look, how it looks on the screen, how the fans are reacting in the crowd. It's getting exactly what WWE wants. The fans get excited every time they think they're getting the Wyatt Six. They don't care what's happening. They just want more Wyatt Six. And tonight on Raw, they're getting more Wyatt Six. They're getting the most Wyatt Six. We are getting the most Wyatt Six we have ever gotten. We are getting Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Lumis in a 6-man tag team match.
Oh man!
Tonight against Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. Joe Gacy has not wrestled since Stand and Deliver back in April. Dexter Lumis, I don't know when was the last time he wrestled. I don't remember the last time he was on TV. But the last time he was on TV, he had the weird stalker, silent husband serial killer gimmick with Indy Hartwell and Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. Way like it was strange, but Samuel Shaw, he performed the role great. Dexter Lumis, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. So with Dexter and that psychopath role, did you see something more to that role when he was playing it, or were you just like, okay, they have nothing for him, this is what they're doing with him?
I kind of thought Vince McMahon just came up with some just another random idea.
I agree
with no plan.
Yeah.
I think it was a situation where Dexter happened to do the role really well.
Okay.
And
I can agree with that.
And the only problem was there was no exit strategy. There was no plan on where this character was going to go once the marriage between him and Indy Hartwell was made official. There was no plan. It was they had him stuck Miz for a while, and that was more just for people's entertainment. They were trying to make Miz babyface, I think, and fans were being weird and psychos, and it's like, no, Dexter Lumis is the babyface. He's the hero in all this. No, look, I'm enjoying it, but no, guys, that's not how that works.
Right. I agree with you on that. Where do you think? Okay, we are seeing the fans crave the Wyatt Six. Okay, where 100. Do you think that comes from? Because I mean, we talk about it all the time in your house, and how the fact that right now we are in abundance of riches when it comes to wrestling. We got storylines that are insane right now. I mean, just the bloodline story alone, take it and keep it separate, because that is on fire right now, especially after SummerSlam. But do you think it was a need for the obscure, or just a need for maybe that little extra bit of Bray that we could just get out of it as fans? Where do you see that?
I think it's part of that. I think getting a little bit more of Bray is part of it. I think the other part is while the Uncle Howdy introduction may not have been to everybody's liking, I think there were enough people that saw this is a stepping stone, and no one had any reason for Uncle Howdy to not be Bo Dallas, because I believe at this point it had been revealed that Taylor and Wyndham had been trying for years to get Bo Dallas in the Wyatt family, to get him working with his brother. At least for me, this was an excitement for Bo Dallas is going to get something big, because like this has to be Bo Dallas. If it's not Bo Dallas, like it's got to be Eric Young, okay? Because like I'm not going to be okay with it if you're trying to build this kind of connection that Uncle Howdy has with Bray Wyatt. Like it's got to be someone that makes some sense on some level.
No, I agree with you.
And along with that, you have the promo work that Bo Dallas has done in the video packages. You have the storytelling that they've done with the video packages, the eerie and creepiness of Sister Abigail, who is the former Nikki Cross. I do believe that officially her new ring name is Sister Abigail. And you know what? Okay. I'm a little bit sad because that kind of means Alexa Bliss is probably not going to be in the Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
But okay, you know what? That's fine because Nikki Cross does look the part extremely well.
Well, I mean, we have what if they wanted to do another female character, there's the witch, right?
Well, so Abby the Witch is supposed to be Sister Abigail, is my understanding. Yeah. So
well, that's kind of lame.
Because
I thought they were two different people.
Maybe. We will see.
I was hoping that they were.
That's what I'm hoping too, because I'm like, look, I don't know how you're gonna reintroduce Alexa Bliss. It's just something I would like. It's something I would prefer. I don't know what they're gonna come up with. And I don't know how they're going to come up with Becky Lynch coming back to WWE, but it's like, we know she's coming back. The people online saying, oh, she's going to AEW. Like, no. Why would she? She has no reason to go there.
That would have been like The Undertaker at the height of his career being like, hey, guys, I'm going back to WCW. See you later. Exactly. Like, you're getting everything you want from the company. They see the value in you. Why would you go? Like, I don't get it, but yeah, I've seen that nonsense too. So are you overall so far happy with what they're doing with everybody involved in the Wyatt Six, especially tonight? I mean, this is when we get to see them in action. And like you said, there's been so many of them who's been out of action. We haven't seen them in a ring. And it's almost more exciting to go and say, hey, we're reintroducing them in this whole new light. You fell in love with the mystique of it. Keep this love going for the wrestling of it. Like, I think everybody involved is going to pull out a shocking performance for us, something that we're going to really sink our teeth into as wrestling fans, because I mean, it almost feels like it has to, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're doing so well on giving us this buffet of talent that it almost feels like it has to. So yeah, where's your love at for this right now?
So my love okay, I might be a little bit disappointed that we haven't gotten a video package for Loomis or Gacy yet, but you know what? Like, I think we're getting some almost as good, even maybe better. We're getting them to see them wrestle tonight. And like, if they're already doing a match with them and Rowan versus Chad and the Creeds, then I don't think this is going to be a short match. I'm hoping this is going to be like, hey, you guys may have forgotten how well these guys wrestle, but these guys are very good wrestlers.
Yeah.
Because like Dexter Lumis has always been a solid wrestler. I remember seeing him in TNA when he was Samuel Shaw. And I thought he was athletic. He was solid in the ring.
Very solid in the ring.
In the ring. And it's like in WWE, what they've done is they've pretty much, I would say, perfected his performance ability. And it's like you gave him a very limited character and he got it over. Like, that's impressive.
That you're right on that one. I mean, just as a fan, that's how I can speak. But yeah, that's what grabs me about everybody involved in this. I've seen what they can do. I know what they can do. And now you've perfected everybody to be able to tell a storyline, and not only a storyline, but a paranormal storyline. And that's hard to do. Okay. There's so few who were able to do it. Mick Foley was one of the best to do it. The Undertaker. But The Undertaker had to abduct people. He had to crucify a man. He had to do everything he possibly could do to get you to believe that he was the dead man. But we did. Let's see what Annie's saying here. I'm so excited to see Nikki Cross shine in such a way. She's going to absolutely going to crush it. Yes, we've been saying that here on this show. Grun knows that Nikki's been my favorite so far out of the YS6. I the first time I seen her, I knew there was something more to her. She just gave me such an impression of the greats that I like. Victoria, Molly Holly, all those. Just that whole era that I think would have thrived in this women's division today. And honestly, if you have the ability to write for Nikki Cross the way you are and just let her go out and make your words come alive, this is the Nikki Cross we need. This is what's going to get her over. This is what's going to get everybody talking about her. I mean, I wish she was still known as Nikki Cross, but I will accept Sister Abigail because the story Bray gave us with Sister Abigail to now, I'm hooked. I love it. There was no better pick in my book than Nikki Cross for this character.
Absolutely. Uh, Definitely for me with Nikki Cross, like I feel like there have been so many missed opportunities with her.
Yes.
They during her first, like when she was starting to get over with Alexa Bliss, like she was the shy girl that was that didn't know how to make friends, kind of sort of crazy in the ring,
Mm-hmm.
but like never really. And it's like you missed an opportunity because Alexa Bliss plays a great heel. Alexa Bliss breaks Nikki's heart, but not only that, breaks her mind. And so then we get Sanity Nikki Cross. Hey, that was a very good version of Nikki Cross, and now we get the closest thing we're gonna get to that ever again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Nikki is going. I'm sure she's going to play this part exceptionally well. I think they have picked everyone specifically and correctly. Joe Gacy, while we haven't talked a whole lot in his time in NXT, he was doing a lot. He was being that very odd character that would have fit with Bray Wyatt.
Very
He was
true.
playing this guy that was like a bit psychotic, in the same realm of Bray, Sammy Callahan, sort of psychotic.
I really want Joe to become something more.
I think he can be. I think he will be.
And I think that this is going to be one of the best avenues to do that because you're going to get him in a position where not so much what wins he collects or what losses he obtains is going to matter because you're going to be drawn more to the character, the ability, the looks he gives you, like Nia Jax, the way that she's able to tell you that she's annoyed with you with just a facial expression. So I I think tonight we're going to see a small sample of that because it is a six man. It's not
Yeah.
like there's tons of opportunities in a six man for that for everybody to show everything they can, but you can get little glimpses and glimmers of it, and then we can see where they move for it because I don't think this will be the only altercation that these groups have with each other. I think the storyline has just started here, and I think this is a good introduction for their first feud, going into more than just promos.
I completely agreed. This is definitely going to be a great segment.
Okay, we got Annie asking, do either of you think wins and losses matter when the character work is so enthralling? This has
That's a
been a
great question.
debate. Wins and losses has been a debate with
For yeah,
forever. I
for
mean,
time.
amongst fans. Okay, for me, wins and losses do not matter anytime in this world of scripted entertainment. Now, I love wrestling, so please, if you're out there, do not bash me in the chats. I'm just breaking it down as a binary code, okay? Wrestling is a scripted thing. So therefore, what you do with a win, what you do with a loss, unless it's built into the storyline, it does not matter to me. The only reason that I even paid attention to Goldberg was because it was in the storyline. It was, is he going to lose tonight? Like, I was excited when he went against Raven because I thought Raven was going to be the one to take him down. It was a Raven rules match. Raven had every advantage going into that, but he won. It continued. And then it finally ended with a Scott Hall being Scott Hall and just zapping the shit out of him, which was built into the storyline. So it made perfect sense. But other than that, no, I do not believe that wins or losses matter. It mattered with Stone Cold because it was built into a storyline. He had to win to keep going. He had to win so he didn't get fired. He had to win, and so on and so on. Grun, what about you?
Oh, I think in this current version of WWE, wins and losses don't matter. I would have
Okay.
given you a different answer 15 years ago when WWE was on its quality was on decline, and there wasn't a whole lot keeping me interested other than it was pretty much the only and biggest wrestling promotion in town.
True.
So I definitely would have said back then wins and losses do matter. I know AEW was going to say wins and losses do matter,
Oh, yeah.
and I mean it's like okay, like but look, here's the big thing, like if these guys lose, like they're like we're kind of getting the sense that this is a therapy group of the Wyatt Six. And so if they lose, doesn't that still add to the story? Doesn't that still, even if you have Joe or like Joe Gacy or Dexter Lumis take the loss and they're freaking out in the ring that they lost, they're frustrated, they're angry, they're depressed, they feel like they let the team down. Uncle Howdy comes out and comforts them. Like, doesn't that build more of a story that this is a very odd family?
Yeah. I like it. I
Yeah.
really do. I like that angle. I think in that, when you put it in that aspect, yes. And it's kind of like what I'm saying. In certain storylines, it does matter. And if you play it like you're saying, Grun, that's how you make it matter. That's how you make it mean something. And that's how you get more fans going, okay, well, now what's his win loss? You know, even though it's completely story driven, I like that. I like that. Yeah, no worries, Annie. As long as you're in the chat, we will discuss it. Even if it was a regular Monday, we would have
Yeah.
discussed it. It's in the chat. All right, Grun. We got a new leader in the WWE.
Yeah, we do.
A new man on Raw who is our champion. He's a beast. He is a beast.
He is a beast.
Grun, let the fans know who we're talking about and what they won.
We are talking about the Ring General, King of the Ring, the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther, is now. He's got the title. He's achieved the goal that he set out to achieve.
He did. He did. And it was in very epic fashion, I must say. That was definitely one of the better matches of the night in my book, for the storytelling and for the pure brutality that was that match. Grun, take us through your thinking on that match. I know we discussed a lot of it on the house party, but let's revisit it. It gives us more time to give our more thoughts in it if we rewatched it.
Sure. Yeah. So the match, like you said, it was brutal, and that's exactly what I was hoping for. I know that's what a lot of people were hoping for. That this match was going to be brutal with Gunther going nuclear and calling Damian Priest street trash, talking how pathetic his parents were because and saying audacious statements like that implied that his parents chose to be poor. They chose to financially struggle. And we saw it 2 weeks ago on Raw. Damian, he had no more words for Gunter. All he had was fists, elbows, kicks. All he wanted to do was beat the ever living piss out of Gunter.
Yes.
And that brought the story to the level it needed to be at for SummerSlam. Granted, there was a cool off week, but it's like that was fun because you needed that 1 week to buffer and then remind people in the video package before the match, like, oh yeah, Gunter really, really pushed Damian's buttons on this. This is gonna be bloody. And Damian makes Gunter bleed with a chop to the chest.
Yeah, he did.
You
That
don't
was
do
oh.
you don't do that if you're not Gunter.
And
So
he
you've done
pointed it out too in the
yeah.
match. Oh man. Yeah, us watching that match was epic. It was fun
Oh yeah.
because we were both getting what we expected out of the match. Ending might have been different than what
Yeah.
we wanted, or I know I wanted that. We discussed it at length the past couple weeks. I guess it plays into the story that this loss did matter.
Yes.
This loss mattered in not only in a losing your title way. Damian Priest lost a lot more than that in this match. And that was just because Gunther got the win over him. So just knowing how Damian Priest presents himself, how he prides himself on where he's come from and where he is today, you can tell that this is going to take a lot out of Damian Priest. This loss is going to affect him more than any other loss to date. And is it to be said that it's because of Finn, his brother, who told him right before the match he's got him, like everything's okay, and then for Finn to come out and do that, and not only in a meaningful moment, but in a moment where Damian had Gunther. Damian had him. He had him rattled. He didn't stop. He went full blown at Gunther and really delivered exactly what he needed to do in that match. But outside forces were bigger or greater than what Damian Priest's drive was, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
To
I would say
100%.
Yeah,
100%. This is because let's look at it. Like they've only talked about 2 people who have beaten Gunter. Ilya Dragunov and Braun Breaker. Now, I don't remember their matches. I wouldn't be surprised if they made Gunter bleed, but Damian Priest made Gunter bleed. And it wasn't from a punch to the nose. It wasn't from grinding Gunter's face against some steel steps or something. It was from a chop to the chest. Chest, as we said, that is Gunter's move that he does better than anybody else. But now Damian Priest has said, I can do it just as well as you can. And he made him bleed.
Yeah. Yeah, you are 100% on that. And it was very symbolic. I mean, in that moment, in my eyes, it showed that Damian, it's like even the best can bleed. You know, you don't have to have it. You can build and work towards it. You don't have to be given these things. And when you do that, when you step above everybody else and you make that dream come true with your hard work like Damian Priest has done. Um, when you can make a milestone in that milestone that you're already making, like making Gunther bleed, being the first to do it from chops to a chest, it's not like it's forehead skin here.
Yeah.
This is like tough, tough skin right here. And he made him bleed. So I honestly I hope it sticks out in Gunther's mind too. And Damian gets a rematch. I hope he gets a rematch.
I think he will. It's probably going to be a while though, because for those that weren't paying attention to X, Liv Morgan, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Dum Dum Mysterio have been seen exiting the exact same bus. There was implications over the weekend that these four were going to team up together. Now there's no more implications. It is 100%. There's no doubt that these four are going to be are a new unit, and they have got the attention of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley.
And Carlito, because that's not cool.
No, it's not. But I also think Carlito's like, hey, his family's falling apart. I'm gonna go find someone else to protect my ass.
I don't understand why there's not more concern of where Carlito's gonna go.
Mainly because it was an agreement that Carlito needs to pull his own weight.
What do you think about this?
I think it's confronting Finn 100%. I think it's confronting Finn. I think it's confronting Dominic and JD. Like I can understand why JD is showing loyalty to Finn. Finn Balor taught him how to wrestle. Finn Balor was a mentor to him. Finn Balor looked out for him when he came to WWE. So it's like, yeah, like I can see the loyalty there, but JD was so quick to like, almost like he's scared of being on his own because he's afraid.
He has even though he's got a 17 head, there's no brain in there. He's a walking dum-dum. You can first off, they just use him so they can have something to project the video games they're playing. And he holds the tray of chicken nuggies so they can all take a little bite off of it. JD is the worst thing to happen to the Judgment Day. And yes, I understand Finn trained him, and Finn did a good job because the kid can wrestle. But he has no personality. Anytime you look at him, he looks like, oh, he just got off that caveman commercial that they were doing for Geico because, well, they didn't want to do a gecko anymore. So they built it for cavemen. It's as easy as cavemen. Oh, yeah? It's as easy as fucking 17 head over there. He's going to follow whoever's got chicken nuggies and video games. JD, that's your mistake of bringing him. I would have chose Carlito over JD just because, well, Carlito's cool and he's fun and he doesn't look like he's lost all the time. Like they shock him with a bull prod just to get him to say his lines. He's like, oh, it's my time to talk. Finn, do I get to talk now? Oh, hey, JD, we need you to look surprised. He hasn't said the line yet, JD. He hasn't said the line yet. What are you surprised about? That dude, it's so we had a great SummerSlam. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the better SummerSlams that they've done in a long time. Real quick, we'll just go into some of our moments that we loved. Of course, Braun Breaker, a champion now. To see the Steiners, just the videos that showed up afterwards of them being so happy. Like, I grew up with the Steiners. They were a badass tag team. And then when Scott went his separate ways, I still loved them. I loved both of them. I would watch them. You know, you never told anybody that you were a fan of both of them. It was, you had to pick one or the other. but I loved them because they were, to me, they were wrestling back in the day. They were a stone's throw away from where I grew up. They grew up in Michigan. It's just such a great thing to see Braun do. And yes, it's over Sammy. I know that I don't, what do we say about him anymore? Like what else is left for Sammy to do in this
he
wrestling business?
I don't know. Teach, working down in NXT, because like this point was made a while ago, and I still agree to it, that we don't really have anyone to like really handle the comedy spots in
Yeah.
WWE right now. Like, you have R-Truth, of course, but R-Truth is also, while he can do the comedy spots forever, at some point you're going to need to let him get on with his life and his 12 kids, however many he's.
And his TikTok page.
Yes.
He does a lot of those videos, and they're good. They're good.
And then on SmackDown, like, you definitely have Chelsea Green with the comedy stuff, and Chelsea is absolutely fantastic, 100%. I want them to accidentally put all the titles on her and be like, we have no idea how she did this. She called conspiracy theories, and we kind of got scared because we think she's crazy or something. Okay,
they just handed them over to her.
we don't know how she pulled this off, but she did it, and now
I like it.
And it's like, I definitely would be interested in seeing. I know Matt Cardona is coming to WWE at some point. Seeing him and Chelsea Green, like, because they used to be an act on the Indies, so I'm like, okay, well, what was their act like on the Indies, and how would it translate to WWE? Like, that is interesting to me.
It would fit. I think it would fit in very well. Especially we know he's not coming back to, oh, I'm gonna have the best run in WWE as a champion ever. No, that's not what he's coming back for.
We ain't getting Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder's dead.
Yeah. I seen Matt today. He posted Zack Ryder RIP on Twitter. Yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up. But yeah, I could see it. And you know me, I'm a sucker for the comedy when they bring it in. If it's done well and it's wrote in, like Chelsea Green, we got Annie coming in. She's agreeing with you for at least
100.
At least one
title reign, a couple months. That's it.
But real quick, let's move on to Nia Jax. She stood on business.
She did it.
She did exactly what she said she was going to do. And it was a good match. It was a great match, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I thoroughly enjoyed that match. I know there was a lot of speculations if it was going to be any good. But we did get kind of hints in that one. Where's Bailey's next leaf going?
Yeah.
I mean, she came out with the fringes. That's all about, like you brought up during the watch along. That's a Hugger Bailey move.
Yeah.
I likened it to the Macho Man because, well, I just like the Macho Man. If I can bring him into anything, I will.
Hey, he's a legend and an icon in his own right.
He is.
Right. And you really, and there's nothing wrong with newer wrestlers taking inspirations from the past, as long as they're not just straight up copying it. That being said, completely off topic, Black Machismo Jay Lethal was my experience of Macho Man Randy Savage, and I am not going to ever insult Jay Lethal for basically being Black Macho Man Randy Savage, because that was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, dude, that was done perfectly. Jay Lethal. I have his autograph 8x10 up here on my wall.
Nice.
And it's strictly for that. It's in his normal gear, but it's strictly because I loved his rendition of the Macho Man. He was such a talent.
Oh my God,
Jay
insane.
Lethal was he's so good. All right, Grun, we got 6 minutes before we kick off to Raw, and
God.
we get to see the excitement, the fallout from SummerSlam. We get to see everything happen. Is there anything left you want to tell the people? And if there is, right after that, let them know where they can find you, Grunmeister.
Tune into Raw, tune into SmackDown when you can. And I know, me personally, both my brothers are home, so it's hard because the only other TV that's available that has a DVR and access to cable is being used by my brother who's home. He's not teaching right now. He'll be teaching in a couple weeks. Paul Heyman returns tonight. I don't think we see him tonight. I think maybe we see him on SmackDown in the coming weeks, maybe. Like I can definitely see Paul Heyman coming back.
Yeah.
And bringing back up. Being that's his purpose. To rejoin his tribal chief and bring the backup that Roman is asking for.
I like it. I like it. Where can they find you this week, Grun?
You guys can find me on Grunmeister on X at Grunmeister TTV. You can also find me at Twitch at Grunmeister. I have a very not set schedule right now, but Fridays are not up for debate. I am always streaming Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern with the SmackDown preview review show in Grun's room.
That's awesome. Yeah, go check that out, everybody. Grun's doing great work out there. It's much like this show. He's going to get you ready for SmackDown and then send you on your way, and then you get to watch it, just like we're going to do in 4 minutes. But I would like to say you can always find me here with Grunmeister on the Raw preview show. We kick it off on 7 p.m. and we talk basically 3 subjects. I know this one was a little different, but you're going to have that after an amazing PLE like we had with SummerSlam. You can also catch me with House doing ECW watch-alongs. If you have a old ECW match that you want us to watch along to, we'll do it. You just need to let us know. We love it. We cannot wait to do another one. That will be this Friday, right before Grun. So you're getting so much on a Friday between IYH, Grun, and his room, and everything in between. So catch my friends. They're doing things. The Raw deal with House and O'Neal is on Wednesdays. Go check that out. IYH is all about it. And you can always pick up on the smoke sesh. Little smoke sesh with hypocrisy. You can go and find him doing his thing over there. That's going to be a fun one. That's definitely a new show that we're going to be kind of putting out there, and it's going to be of a different level. So come check us out. Come hang out. Be a part of us. We also have, outside of this, Hypocrisy Jones does a little comedy with the Kokomo Press out of Kokomo, Indiana. They do a show every Thursday out at Cooper's Pub. Go sign up. Go be a comedian for 5 minutes. Make people laugh, make people giggle, or piss them off. Do whatever you want to do on stage. That's your time. Just keep it, within laws, regulations, things like that. But you can also catch Annie O'Neill. She does what it's called bumping and thumping, thumping and
Yes.
bumping. What
Bumping
is
and
she?
thumping.
Bumping and thumping. That's what she's doing over there. And she's talking wrestling. She just talks wrestling. She loves it. She can't get enough of it. So go join her out. Go support her, what she does with her crew out there. And friends, fans, window lickers, Grunmeister's friends, the IYH household, come join us on Discord. We would love to have you. We want to get that going. We want to get people involved in it. We want to get you and your opinions out there. Come join us on the House Call Discord, where you're going to get some things that people don't usually get in our House Call. So you're going to get little extra things. You're going to know mostly what we're going to be talking about on the shows. You're going to be, and that's before anybody. So you'll know as soon as we know, and we put it in there. You'll also get to know the creators themselves. So drop a question in there, drop comments in there. We would love to hear from you. And I know the creators would love to have a conversation with you. So Grunmeister, until next Monday, they'll see our beautiful faces individually and with other people. But until next Monday, they won't see this dynamic duo.
Nope.
The bearded bros, the villains that have beards that are glorious, glorious beards. We love them. And we love you guys. Thank you for joining us. And always come back and enjoy it. And check out this promo from Annie O'Neill.
Go. Go. Go, 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 go. I am the first of my kind. You can compete, but only in your mind. The future of the business just arrives. Be lucky if you're worthy of my time. And I'm going hard.